Welcome back, YouTube, to another soccer slash football prediction. It's your boy Freddy Da Silva. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you won't miss any of your future soccer predictions. All right. Today's predictions will be for Saturday, February 15th. And we have, we have a 7-game slate. And this will be for the English Premier League. So, yeah. But before we start, we got to talk about it. Baby. Let's go. 100%. That's right. Let's go. Yeah. Cha-ching, baby. There was way too much going on, and I knew that Brighton was going to beat Chelsea. I just did not have the cojones to pull the trigger on that. But, man, I wish I would have done that. But the only one that I felt comfortable was Bologna, and only because of the injuries from Torino. But I don't know if you saw the game. That was really, really close game. Like, super close. I think they were at 2-2 at, like, last minute. The goal came in all bad, too. Like, it was the third goal from Bologna was, like, he shot it so bad, and it actually went off. It hit the other team. Was it Torino? It hit their leg. One of the guys tried to kick it out, but it hit his leg, and the ball just ended up going in. I was like, what? Like, talk about some good luck right there, huh? Yeah. So, but nonetheless, we got that though. Let's go. All right, what did I say for the over and under? I didn't do any over under, but I think I remember saying something about under 3 for Brighton and Chelsea. It went under 3. It was exactly at 3. So, what else? I think I set over 2 for Girona. It went 3. It was like 2-1, I believe. So that would have hit. I did say for Leipzig it was going to go over 2.5. It did not go over 2.5. Actually, they didn't even score, both of these two teams. That was surprising. Bologna, I said under 2, and it went over 2 because it was a 3-2 situation. So I'm surprised on that one. I think, I don't know about Breeze. I don't know if I said AJ at least a point, but it ended up happening. So, yeah. Anyway, we can't take much to credit for that one. We didn't put a bet on that. But what I did is that I did tell you what was going to happen, and at least 90% of what I told you ended up hitting. So, that's a dub right there. If you did the bet, hopefully you got a win. So, anyways, let's start with the games. First on the list, we have Leicester at home going against Arsenal. So Arsenal on the road. Let's see. As far as injuries, Leicester have 2 injured players. Arsenal have 5 injured players and 1 questionable. The game, Arsenal's last game, they didn't even score a goal, so I'm kind of worried about this one in a sense. But the last 5 times Arsenal went head to head with Leicester, they won 4 out of 5. Let me see, 4 out of 5. No, my bad. 5 out of 5. I apologize. Arsenal have beaten Leicester in the last 5 head-to-head. So Leicester has not been able to beat Arsenal. As far as the total points, the total sitting at 2.5, and it might move to 3 within a couple hours. If it does move to 3, I'm going to say under, because maybe, let's say Arsenal wins. Well, Arsenal are favored, so. And I do feel like they're going to win. I just don't think they're going to score a lot. I feel like maybe it'll be a 2-0 kind of situation. But yeah, if the total moves to 3, I'm gonna do under for sure. Um, I don't see Leicester scoring that many goals, or one if that, because um, Leicester, they're sitting at 0.5 as far as the team total. They've only covered this 2 out of their last 5 games. 2 out of their last 5 games. That's crazy. Um, so yeah, give me Arsenal for this one. As far as let me see. Yeah, as far as the total, give me under and Arsenal to win. Okay, on to the next game. We have Aston Villa at home versus IPS, Town. Injuries. Both of these teams have 4 injured players. As far as the total is at 3, and it seems like at 3 it has gone over 2 out of 5 times. So probably I'm gonna do under 3, or I would do Aston Villa under 2.5 because their team total is 2.5. They've only been able to cover this once in their last 5 head-to-head between these two. So yeah, give me Aston Villa to win. And the reason why I say to win is because at home in the last 5, or the last 5 games at home, it seems like they've covered a win. They've covered a win for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've covered this 4 to 5 times. The one time they didn't lose, they just took it was a draw. So I don't see them losing this one either. But yeah, as far as the points, give me under 3 or team total under 2.5 for Aston Villa, and give me Aston Villa to win. So, okay, on to the next game. We have Fulham versus Nottingham. This one is a tricky one because I felt in my heart that Nottingham will win because they're not a bad team. They're a pretty good team. So, I don't know. I just felt like they were going to win. But Fulham, they're pretty good too. Don't sleep on them. They're pretty good. They were injured, they had some injuries a while back, and that's why they were like, kind of like not really winning. And that's why in the table, they got only got 9 wins, 9 draws, and 6 L's. But Nottingham with 14 wins, 5 draws, and 5 L's. So obviously 14 wins. And Nottingham, I'm choosing Nottingham, but the stats say different. The last 5 times these two went head to head, Nottingham has only been able to beat Fulham once. So, and like I said, Fulham are at home, and it seems like at home versus Nottingham, not only do they win, they leave Nottingham at 0. So, I don't know how I feel about this one. I do want to say Fulham, my bad. I do want to say Nottingham, but it seems like Fulham usually, gets a dub. And as far as a tie, these two have not tied in the last 5 head to head. So I don't see a tie. Somebody's going to win. The $1 million question is who? I'll give me Fulham. I'm going to go with the stats on this. The stats say Fulham to win. So I'm going to go with the Fulham. As far as the total sitting at 2.5, between these two teams, they've covered 2.5 3 out of 5 times, 3 out of the last 5 games. So probably give me over 2.5. I see maybe a 2-1 situation here. maybe 2-3, but yeah, this one's gonna be a good game, to be honest with you. They're both basically the same. As far as injuries, Fulham had 3 injured players, Nottingham 2 injured players and 1 questionable. Team total is sitting at 1.5 for each of these two teams. Um, Nottingham have been able to cover this 2 out of their last 5 head-to-head. As far as Fulham, they've covered this 3 out of their last 5 head-to-head. As far as the last 5 games from Nottingham, they got 3 wins, 1 L, and 1 draw. Their most recent was a win. Same thing with Fulham. They're sitting with 3 wins, 2 L's. Their most recent for Fulham was a win. So, yeah, this is, I mean, honestly, this screams a tie all day, but these two teams have not tied in the last 5, so I don't see a tie. But as far as the points, give me over 2.5 and give me Fulham to win. Okay, on to the next game. Here goes my Newcastle. Newcastle versus Man City. I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel like Newham is going to win this one. And I'll tell you why. Manchester City have a game pending this Tuesday coming up against Real Madrid for the Champions League. If I was their coach, I would not put my best players in for this game. In the table, they're sitting in what, 6th place, 5th place. My bad, 5th place. Right underneath Manchester City is Newcastle. So, I mean, you would want to put your best players right to play, but you don't want to injure any of the players also because, I mean, you're going against a team that you've been wanting to beat in the Champions League, right? So I would save my players, or at least my best players, for that. Because they're only down by 1. It's a 3-2 right now in the Champions League. So, like I said, I would worry more about the Champions League than you have more chances than in the Premier League as of right now. But this could be a tie as well. But they've only tied once in their last 5 head-to-head. So, and that was their most recent head-to-head. But as far as injuries, I mean, Manchester City have 2 injured players, 2 questionable, and I think they've had these 2 injured players for a minute. Newcastle, same thing, 2 injured players, 3 questionable. Manchester City are at home, so it seems like at home they've played at home twice in their last 5 head-to-head, and it seems like they won those 2 times. And at home for Manchester City, they've played 3 out of their last 5 games. They've played 3 times, and they got 2 out of 3. Their most recent was versus Real Madrid, and they lost. So, that's another reason why I'm like, I think their main focus won't be on this game. I think their main focus will be for the Champions League on Tuesday versus Real Madrid, especially because they're playing at Real Madrid's house. So, but it's going to be tough. And one of the reasons it's going to be tough because in the last 5 head-to-head between these 2 teams, Newcastle has only been able to beat Manchester City once. So, but I'm going to go with Newcastle regardless. I feel like they'll be able to pull this one off. In the last 5 games from Newcastle, they got 3 wins and 2 L's. The 2 most recent games from Newcastle was a dub. Manchester, they got same thing. They're basically the same. They got 3 wins, 2 L's. The only thing is their most recent for Manchester City was an L. Then the one before that was a win. So I don't know. Um, this one's gonna be a tough one. To be honest with you, it's gonna be a tough one because if Newcastle does win this game, they move from sixth place to fifth place, and Manchester City they go down to sixth place. And then if Bournemouth wins, which I'm gonna be talking about that team, and right after this one, if they win, they basically push Manchester City to like seventh place or eighth place. So yeah, Manchester City is not looking too good for them, to be honest with you. So give me Newcastle to win. As far as the total points is sitting at 3.5, I don't see them going over that. They've covered this 3.5 once out of their last five. So give me under 3.5 for sure. As far as the team total is sitting at 1.5 for both of them. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to touch that. If I did though, if you did wanted to do that, I would probably do Newcastle under 1.5 because it seems like between these two teams going at it, they've only covered this once. So maybe that, but I mean, both of these two teams didn't cover this the last time they went head to head. So yeah, I think the safest bet here would be under 3.5. Okay. On to the next game. We have Southampton versus AFC Bournemouth. And this is the team I was talking about. If they win and Newcastle wins, they're pushing Manchester City all the way down to seventh or eighth place. So yeah, as far as this game, Southampton are at home. And at home between these two teams, yeah, they've only played once in their last five head-to-head at home, and they took an L. Actually, yeah, they took an L. But, wow. So Southampton have 3 wins and 2 losses versus these two teams. So in the most recent game between these two, Bournemouth did win. And that was last year, September 30th. So this one's going to be a good one. I kind of want to say Southampton because they are a good team. They just, obviously this year, I don't know what has happened with them this year, but they only got 1 win in their last 5 games. As far as Bournemouth, they got 3 wins, 1 L, and 1 draw. So this screams Bournemouth all day. Probably and most likely give me Bournemouth to win this one. As far as the total is sitting at 3, they've covered this only once. It has only gone over once, and that was their most recent game. I don't see this going over 3. But Southampton are at 0.5. They've covered this 4 out of their last 5. And out of their last 5 games for Southampton, they've covered this 4 to 5. So I don't know. I probably will do if I want an easy way out of this one. It would, man. As far as points, Bournemouth are at 2.5, and they've covered this once. Yeah, so probably give me under 2.5 for Bournemouth. This probably could be like a 2-1 game, but this one's going to be a tough one. Yeah, this one's going to be a tough one. But yeah, give me Bournemouth to win this one, to be honest with you. They've been able to pull this off the 2 most recent times they've gone head to head. So Yeah, give me Burnham to win. And as far as the points, give me under. Give me under 3. Total team, not team. Total under 3. Okay. I don't know if I talked about injuries to this one, but Southampton only have 1 injured player and 5 questionable, and Burnham have 7 injured players and 2 questionable. But they've they've had injured players before, and they ended up winning. I think one of the games that I mentioned, them having 9 injured players, they went against Nottingham, and they ended up killing them, like destroying them. They scored 5 goals, so don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. Um, yeah, give me Burnham to win, and as far as total points, give me under 3. Okay, on to the next game. I have West Ham United versus Brentford. West Ham are at home. As far as the injuries, West Ham have 3 injured players. Brentford have 5 injured players. We see the total sitting at 3. And as far as the team total, is sitting at 1.5 each. Okay, the last 5 times these two went head to head. As far as the 3, they've covered this 2 out of 5 times. Their most recent head to head, they did not cover over 3. So probably give me under 3, or the team total sitting at 1.5 for each. Let's see. Both of these teams have covered this twice out of the last 5 head to head. So actually, Brentford have covered this 3 out of the last 5. And West Ham only 2 out of the last 5. The most recent, they did not cover this. Both of these teams did not cover this. So, at least from between these two teams. Man, both of these teams are terrible right now. West Ham only have 1 win, 3 L's, and 1 draw in their last 5 games. Same thing with Brentford. They got 1 win, 3 L's, 1 draw. They're like basically the same. Although in the table, Brentford are up higher, but not by much. They're still down there. So yeah, this one and this one, I mean, I was gonna say a draw, but they've only covered this. They've only had a draw once in their last 5, and that was their most recent. So I don't know if they'll do another draw. Kind of screams a draw, but I'm gonna go with West Ham because they're at home, so they got that advantage, and they have 2 less injured players. So give me West Ham to win this one. As far as the total sitting at 3, like I said, they've covered this 2 out of their last 5. So I'm gonna have to go with under 3. That just seems like the best idea, or the best outcome. Okay, on to the last game for the video, guys. I hope that you guys are enjoying it so far. And if there's a game you guys want me to predict, put it down in the comments. Also, let me know who you guys have down. Put it down in the comments. Let me know who you guys have for these games. I want to do the Spanish Liga too. I just don't know if you guys want to see it or not. So let me know if you want to see the Spanish, and I'll record it or something. I'll let you guys know what's going on. It's just Friday. I got off work late, and it's just tiring to do that many games. We have so many games tomorrow. So many games. And by tomorrow, I mean Saturday, today, if you're watching it. So anyway, I know you guys don't want to hear about my day, but okay, on to the last game. Crystal Palace versus Everton. Oh, this is going to be a good one. Crystal Palace are at home. as far as injuries, sorry about that. As far as injuries, Crystal Palace have 3 injured players. Everton, 9 injured players. Which is weird because they did tie their most recent game versus Liverpool. So I don't know if that was just because Liverpool was just too lazy or went in there too comfortable. Their confidence was like up the roof that they just were too comfortable and they ended up losing. Or not losing, they tied. But I'm gonna go with Crystal Palace on this one, to be honest with you. Crystal Palace only has 1 L in their last 5 games. They got 4 wins, 1 loss. So, in Everton, they got 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 L. Their most recent game was a draw, and the one before that was an L. Then they got 3 straight wins after that, or before that. So, give me Crystal Palace on this one. As far as these two teams going at it, the last 5 head to head, it seems like Crystal Palace. Whoa, give me a quick second, guys. Okay, the last 5 times these two guys went head to head, or these two teams, seems like Crystal Palace have not been able to beat Everton. What the? That is crazy. Yeah, in the last 5, Crystal Palace have not been able to beat Everton. Wow. Okay. Well, they're at home and they're favored. So I'm going to go with Crystal Palace. I honestly feel like they're going to win. So, but obviously the stats say different. As far as the tie, they've tied 2 out of their last 5 head to head. So I don't know, maybe a tie. Let me see. Somebody wins, then a tie. Somebody wins, then a tie. Somebody wins. Yeah, I guess it might be a tie. Seems like it could be a tie. Crystal Palace most recent game between Everton at home was a draw. So yeah, I guess it screams a draw. I don't know. I just feel like Crystal Palace is gonna win this one. I mean, it's time for them to turn things around, right? So yeah, give me Crystal Palace to win. And as far as the total points, it seems like the best outcome here would probably be Everton to go over 0.5 just because they've covered this 4 out of their last 5 games and 4 out of their last head-to-head between Crystal Palace and Everton. So probably that would be the best idea, or probably total points over. Yeah, I mean, it's only sitting at 2 and they covered this their most recent game. So yeah, I think that's the best idea. Total points over 2 and Crystal Palace to win. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you guys make some money off of the predictions I gave you. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.